We would be now talking about the science of mudras. There are many things which are about which we are still not aware. We are talking about so many things. Still, there are so many sciences we are not aware about, and some of them have actually vanished also because they were not preserved, or they were preserved, but it was the mystery, not the mystery, it was the actually, what should I say, it was actually the weakness of our system, or what happened with our country in the past, that many of the books were burnt during this transformation phase of like in the 800 years ago and 1000 years ago. So many books and many amount of knowledge is actually not here with us, because the books were burnt, and people they were either prohibited to transfer that knowledge because of the selfishness of certain unknowing people, certain people who had their aura level very low, who had their conscious level at conscious at very low level, and because of that some information is still, but still they are trying to recover. You know, you had Shringi. How many of you had the experience of Shringi this time? And how are you feeling? Much better. This Shringi helped you a lot. But you know, this Shringi was almost on the verge of extinction, because it was practiced in our villages, and the people, they used to come who were actually trained due to through their ancestors. So there was no proper course for Shringi. So they were doing it because they learned it from their ancestors. And then people had started to go to doctors, and they started forgetting about this science also, this Shringi science also. But Param Pujya Swamiji Maharaj has actually revived it by giving them jobs in the Patanjali. This is also Patanjali doing. So also there are some other kind of therapies also. So the Shringi therapy is so useful. The people who have actually utilized this therapy, who have gone through this therapy, they know that it is very useful. But we were not aware about it due to certain reasons. So there are many things, and one of that knowledge is Mudra Vigyan, Mudra science. Nowadays we are talking a lot about this Mudra science, but earlier it was also almost on the verge of extinction, because very few people were left to know about the Mudra. So we are doing pranayam, we are doing asanas, and with that asana and pranayam, we are actually applying some mudras also. Like we are making this Dhyan mudra, or Pran mudra, or Vayu mudra. So how these mudras are working and what is the science behind this mudra, let us now talk about that science. So in yoga practice, these mudras holds a very significant importance, and that's why we are going through this chapter, through this knowledge. So we can say these are somewhat the advanced form of asanas. Don't worry, I will give you this slide. The slide I was teaching yesterday, and these slides also I will, after the lecture, I will transfer them to send them to Darshanji, and he will share in the group. So you just watch it, listen to it, and give your complete focus on the topic, on the content, and just try to feel it. Just try to realize it, because you are doing it on the regular basis. So this is what we can call as the advanced form of asanas. And the difference between the asanas and mudras is this, that the senses are primary, and prana is secondary in the asana. When we talk about asana, the senses are primary, and the pran is somewhat secondary in the asana when we are performing any activity. So our major concentration is on the process of the asana, and then we focus on the pran. But here in the mudra, when we talk about mudra, pranas take precedence over the senses. So they are here, the pran is given the preference. And the scriptures emphasize the power of mudras. What they state, that nasti mudra saman kinchit siddhidam kinchit mandale. There is no action on the earth as effective as mudra for achieving results faster. The results are very fast, and you can feel them while you are doing pranayam. By performing pranayam, you can feel the result. And it is, we will be discussing about the results of several mudras, that how fast they are working on our body. So there are two types of mudras. First one is the hand mudras, and the second one is the mudras which helps in awakening the chakras. So we are particularly in today's session are going to learn about hand mudras. If you want to learn more about these mudras, about the mudras which are actually helping in the awakening of the kundali and elevation of the pranas, so how you can go through them, you have the book. You have that book, that Yog Sadhana and Chikitsa Rahasya. In English, we have given it to you. So it covers all kinds of mudras, but here we are particularly going to talk about the hand mudras. So when we are talking about the hand mudras, then we also need to understand that how they are working, because in hand mudras, mainly fingers are involved. So particularly when we talk about these hand mudras, they are the one that regulates the elements. Regulates the elements are based on the principle that the universe and our body are made up of 5 elements. 5 elements in the universe and 5 elements inside our body. So as per Ayurveda also, as per Yoga also, we are discussing it from the first day, that these elements out of which our body is made, if they get imbalanced, so the imbalance will occur in our body also. So what are these 5 elements? This is fire, then air, then space, then earth, and then water. So our 5 fingers represent these 5 elements. And as you can see in the image, this is thumb, and thumb represents fire. Forefinger represents air. And then this one represents, the middle finger represents space. And the fourth finger represents earth element, and the little finger represents the water inside our body. So we, if fire is disturbed, or air is disturbed, or earth is disturbed, so we can control them all with the help of these mudras. So as for now, we have got the concept of 5 elements and the 5 fingers, how they represent different elements. So they are saying that for this good health, the balance of these elements is obviously very much required. It is crucial, and any disturbance will lead to the production of disease inside our body. And apart from that, this coordinated action of these elements through mudras helps in regulating the internal glands, body functions, and these also awakens the body's dormant powers and have an immediate effect on the body, especially on the opposite side of the body. If we are doing like Dhyan Mudra, we are performing with right hand, so the effect will be first coming in the left part of our body. And if we are doing this Dhyan Mudra with our left hand, so we will get the immediate effect on the right part of the body. This is also the concept included here. So these mudras can be practiced in various positions. You can practice them while sitting, or while sleeping, or while walking, or standing, anytime. These mudras can be performed, but they are most effective if you are performing them in the Vajrasan, Padmasan, or Sukhasan. And that's why while doing the pranayam, we prefer that with the pranayam, we should actually do some mudra also. So we will get the benefit of mudra and pranayam together. And next thing is that for how long we should practice these mudras, how long we should hold in these mudras. So it is related to like 10 minutes. And it should be at least started with the 10 minutes on the daily basis. And if you want to get better results, so duration should be like 30 to 45 minutes. Now the next concept is that you can also practice these in installments, in breaks. So you can like practice for a mudra for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning. If you are doing Kapalbhati, you can do 10 to 15 minutes in the morning, then 10 to 15 minutes in the evening will result into 30 minutes, obviously. So you would be able to perform it for the longer duration. And with that, when performing a mudra, keep the fingers that are not being used straight. So those fingers which you are not using in making the mudra, those fingers should be kept straight. Like in Dhyan Mudra, we are engaging our thumb and four fingers, so rest of the fingers should be straight like this. And we are now going to talk about this Dhyan Mudra, or it can be said as to be Gyan Mudra. As the name suggests, Dhyan Mudra, which helps in attaining the Dhyan. The meditation, it is very helpful in meditation. And what are the results of meditation? Tell me. If you do meditate, what are the results? Calmness, concentration power improves, and your sleep will also improve. You will actually get you will get benefit in the case of stress or depression and all these things, anxiety, all these things. And that's what Dhyan Mudra will also do. Simple. So how you are going to do this Dhyan Mudra is very simple. You have to utilize your thumb and forefinger. You have to touch the tip of both together. This is very simple, with both the hands making this Dhyan Mudra. And that's what we are most of the time making. When you do Kapalbhati Pranayam and you are also making this Dhyan Mudra, you are also practicing this Dhyan Mudra, you will realize that actually your concentration power will be improved. You feel better. You can feel the difference at the same time. As soon as you make the mudra, within few seconds, you will realize that something is changing inside me. As I said, this helps in the stages of dharana and meditation. It is very beneficial. In the meditation posture also, we prefer performing this Dhyan Mudra. And it also, as I said, improves the concentration power. It reduces these negative thoughts. It increases our memory power. So the children should also, we should try to make them do this, so their concentration power will also improve. Their aura will also come out to be the positive one. They will also stay away from the negativity of the environment and of the society that is all around us, and how we can safeguard our children by making them do these little things. They will realize that how these things have actually framed their life as a whole. As I realized, because in my childhood, we do what our parents do, and when I just now remember that what they used to do, I feel right now that that was so beneficial for me, because doing those activities and making me do those activities at that time at the age of 4 or 5, now I realize that how that those activities have helped me in becoming a more matured person and more understanding person, because they are doing it. So in the short, I can tell you, like doing this Yajya Havan, Agnihotr, we used to do it at our houses. Saint and sages would also used to come at our house, and we were actually asked to give water to them. That is a small activity, but that makes a lot of difference on your mind. So these small activities, someone is scolding you in the family, so they used to say that they are your elders. If they are scolding you, they are scolding for your good. And at that age, we don't realize that actually that could be good. And now I realize that has actually made me more mature. Because at that stage they were like problem for me, but now when bigger problem comes, I can actually I can tackle them, because I have tackled small problems at my small age. So giving and taking and saying sorry, these small things make a lot of difference. And then okay, this removes the, obviously, they strengthen the brain nerves, because we are able to understand that this Dhyan Mudra is particularly making the impact on the brain part of our body, and the nerves of the brain. They also, like neurons, they also strengthens, and also it removes headache. Obviously, it is in head, brain, related to brain, head. And then insomnia is lack of sleep, and then the stress and destroys anger. Yes, if someone is getting very angry, who used to get angry at very fast pace, or those who get mad at very fast pace, or those who doesn't understand the situation of others, should be asked to do this Dhyan Mudra. This will also help them to understand the situation of others too. Because, we do anger when we are actually thinking about us only. But sometimes, if someone has done anything wrong which we don't like we instructed something to our subordinates or to our employees, and they have done it wrongly. So there can be a situation that it was not their intention, but it was their lack of knowledge, or due to some other problem or some problem in their house. So there may be different reasons that they have done this. So at first instant, doing anger and getting mad at people will not sort the problem, will actually create more gap between you and your subordinates or your or any relative you can talk about. So these are general things. So for better results, if this mudra is performed with the this if this pran mudra, this perform pran mudra after this mudra, for like you are performing dhyan mudra, and if you are doing pran mudra right after this dhyan mudra, you will get some better results. So now we would be talking about the vayu mudra, and pran mudra we will be talking about in a while. We have this in this slide. So now this is vayu mudra. So vayu mudra would be related to what? Vat, vayu, air. So, when we were doing this dhyan mudra, what impact it was making? It was calming us, making us cool. So it was balancing our fire. Those who have a higher amount of fire in their body, like Pitta Prakriti wale jo log hote hain, we know that they actually get angry easily. And if you are making them do this mudra, so it will actually regulate their fire element. And now we would be regulating our Vayu, Vat element inside the body with the help of Vayu Mudra. It is very simple. You have to fold your forefinger completely and you have to press it with your thumb like this. And what are the benefits? Let us talk about the benefits very fast. So benefits, Vat that will be regulated. So all the Vat related issues can be sorted out. So those who are suffering from arthritis or joint pains or rheumatoid arthritis or osteopenia and these gout related things, you will get benefit in these kinds of situations. It will relieve you from any kind of paralysis or Parkinson's kind of disease, because paralysis and Parkinson's are also caused by the irregularity of Vat Tattva in our body. Parkinson's, our body is shaking like this in Parkinson's. What does that mean? Because of the irregularity of our which system? Nervous system. And nervous system is also majorly governed by the Vat Tattva of our body. And to add on to that, sciatica. Sciatica is also a nerve which actually comes out from your spine. And if it get pressurized due to some reason, so it will be creating pain. And this sciatica nerve, it travels from your spine, lower part of your spine, to the toe. And that's why a person who has developed sciatica pain feels the pain in complete leg. So that is also related to Vat. So the person will get release in that case also. Also, those who are suffering from sciatica pain, they should try to do Vajrasan. Vajrasan would heal them. And all the asanas in which all the asanas you do in the condition of backbone related pain, those asanas are also going to relieve the pain of sciatica nerve. And I also remember when I was in the college, I was not a very good practitioner of the yoga at that time, and I actually overutilized my capacity. I used to meditate at that time, and I started meditating in the Padmasana posture, and I was not used to Padmasana for sitting longer duration. I tried to sit in the morning for like 1 hour, in the evening for 1 hour, and I developed sciatica pain because of the overexertion. So that pain also got removed, because sometimes now also I feel it a little bit, and doing this Shalabhasan and Bhujangasana completely heals the problem. So and also this Vayu Mudra, and also gastric related issues also get sorted out with this Vayu Mudra. And if you have any pain in your neck or in the spine, like cervical and spondylitis and back pain related issues also gets cured and get benefits by doing Vayu Mudra. And it also improves your blood circulation, because blood is traveling in every part of the body because of the Vat Tattva only. As we know that Vat is the main dosha which is responsible for the movement inside the body. So movement of blood is also governed by the Vat Tattva. So if you are doing this Vayu Mudra, then you will be regulating your blood circulation also. Then comes the Shunya Mudra. So as we know that middle finger represents the space, so Shunya Mudra is related to that only. And how do we do this Shunya Mudra? In this Shunya Mudra, this middle finger is bended completely, and you have to pressurize it with the help of your thumb. This is how you are going to do your Shunya Mudra. What is it this mudra doing in our body? What impact is it making? Actually, it cures the secretion from the ears. It is very beneficial for ear related issues. If any secretion is coming out, or there is any pain or deafness and hearing impairment problems and tinnitus, all these kinds of problems. Sometimes when we are sitting in the aeroplane, that happens, na? Kaan band ho jate, our ear gets blocked. It used to happen with me too. And while traveling, I frequently travel to Nepal also. So while traveling to Nepal, I faced this problem frequently. And one time what happened, the ears got blocked, and they were not opening. 15 to 20 days have passed, and I was feeling problem completely. So I tried several methods. I tried this Karna Pidantak also. I tried this Anulom Vilom also. Nothing was helping. So suddenly, I actually remembered this Shunya Mudra, and I did Shunya Mudra. And it instantly, within 1 to 2 days, the problem was completely gone. So now also, if anyone has this kind of problem of the ear blockage while flying, they can perform this Shunya Mudra while sitting in the plane. For 10 to 15 minutes doing this mudra will actually help you a lot. So this is a very fast result. And if practice for like at least 1 hour daily, continuously for a long duration, so it also actually helps in the weakness of bones and heart diseases. So it actually, if the bones are weak and heart diseases are occurring, so it is beneficial for those kinds of issues also. Also, it strengthens the gums, our gums, and eases in throat diseases also and thyroid problems also. So this mudra is helpful for those who are suffering from thyroid. Also, it is beneficial for those who are actually suffering from any throat related issue. So if you want to clear your throat, then also you can do this Shunya Mudra before singing. Yes?
How does it make the bone strong?
How does it? Because our bones have the component, the space component. They are inside carrying the space. So anything which is related to space inside the body, and this mudra is related to space, so it will actually regulate the space tattva inside the body. So bones also get benefited in this mudra. And if we want to know more science about that, we will need to go deeper, which I also need to go. But main concept is because bones also have the space component inside them. So if we are regulating space component will get affected. If we are regulating fire components of the body will get regulated. If we are actually doing something related to the water, so water component will also get control inside the body. And precaution is this, that do not do this mudra while eating and strolling. So you should actually not do this mudra during this duration. Other like dhyan mudra can be done, but this mudra should be avoided. Any particular reason? As I feel, I think any kind of mudra or any kind of activity should be avoided while eating for like 1 hour, because at this 1 hour duration after having your food is very crucial. When you have eaten, your whole body is engaged in the digestive process. So your energy is particularly consumed in the digestion, and diverting your energy elsewhere would not be good for the body. Now coming to the Prithvi Mudra, yes?
Could you associate the mudras with the pranayama, or is it not interesting to do? So what pranayama and what mudras are the best?
When we are doing Anulom Vilom Pranayam, so particularly this Shunya Mudra is easy to apply, or doing this Vayu Mudra is good. And Anulom Vilom Pranayam particularly controls the Vat Tattva of the body. So it is beneficial to do this Vayu Mudra and Anulom Vilom Pranayam together. While doing Kapalbhati Pranayam, you can apply any kind of mudra. Normally, you can apply this Dhyan Mudra in normal condition. But if you are facing any kind of problem and you want the solution fast for that problem, like we are going to talk about Prithvi Mudra, which also regulates the weight of our body. Either if you are overweight or underweight, doing Prithvi Mudra will help you out. So in that situation, doing pranayam with this mudra would be more helpful. Otherwise, doing Kapalbhati pranayam with Dhyan Mudra will result in more concentration. So these mudras can be linked this way. And while doing Bahya pranayam also, normally applying this Dhyan Mudra is beneficial because Bahya, the pranayam, they cures your or they helps you, ease you in the case of diseases, but that is the byproduct. Main product of pranayam is gaining the enlightenment, is about the awakening of the insights. And awakening the whole system of our existence. The pranayam is related to that. Pranayams are particularly related to spiritual awakening. But we are getting these results in the health. These are the byproducts. They are just the byproducts. So if you are having any kind of problem, so you should go through different kinds of mudras with these different pranayams. Otherwise, doing Dhyan Mudra, applying Dhyan Mudra with all of the pranayams is beneficial because if you are actually done with the disease and the problems of your body and you no longer have any problem because you are practicing for it from a longer time, so now it is the time to actually awakening our whole system. Gaining more spirituality, and gaining more spirituality will be done with the help of Dhyan Mudra and related mudras and other mudras which are also helping in that case, which are the advanced mudras, we say them. We would not be particularly right now discussing about them. So apart from that, if you are doing Ujjayi Pranayam, then also Ujjayi Pranayam is beneficial in thyroid also. So if you have thyroid related issue, you can apply Shunya Mudra with that to get ease in the case of thyroid. And if someone is overweight or underweight, in both the conditions, because Prithvi Mudra is actually, it's controlling the matter of the body. It's earth. Earth is related to matter. So this part of body which is made out of the earth, that is actually regulated with the help of Prithvi Mudra. So how we are doing this Prithvi Mudra? So this Prithvi Mudra, for this, this ring finger, the tip of ring finger should be touched with the tip of the thumb. And regular practice strengthens the body completely because it is related to the earth, and we can see with the eyes that so much part of our bodies, like if there is a tissue, so tissue has water also, tissue is made up of some fire also, and majorly with some earth also. So this Prithvi Mudra is actually going to strengthen your body. It also cures the problems related to underweight and eliminates obesity also, as I was talking about this. This also, Prithvi Mudra, improves the digestive power also, and it also develops the vitality and sattvic qualities. It increases the sattvikta inside the body, and the positivity, and eases in the deficiency of vitamins also, because it is improving the digestion. So obviously if digestion is good, then nutrients, micronutrients, everything you can get out of your food. But if your digestion is not good, so getting nutrients is also difficult for the body, and it also makes body active and the skin bright and glowing.